Hi everyone, this is Anta Chavez with Be Latina News, and today I'm really excited to talk about the Georgia runoff elections with Sophia, the field director at the Georgia Rising campaign. So we all know, and if we don't, we will find out during this live that the Georgia runoff elections are really, really important for the future of the country. So I can't wait to talk to Sophia about what they're doing to support just voters in Georgia.
Hi guys.
Hi, Sophia. How are you?
We're doing great. It is nice and sunny out here in Savannah, Georgia right now.
Yay, that's awesome. And so, where are you right now
So
exactly?
right now I am at the Savannah Civic Center, and you can see there is a good line of people outside here to vote right now. We're in the middle of downtown Savannah. And behind me is our Georgia Rising pop-up booth.
Love it. So, let's talk a little bit more about that. So, who are you, Sophia, and what is your position with the Georgia Rising campaign?
So my name is Sophia DeLoretto. I am the field director here at Georgia Rising. We are a nonpartisan nonprofit that has started to come out here in Georgia and get people out to vote and make it a fun way to incentivize people to get out here and want to be a part of this election.
Right. And so, what is the purpose of the Georgia Rising campaign exactly?
So we serve free hot chocolate, coffee, and donuts to voters. After they're done in line, they come by and they get, special treats from us, as kind of as a reward for voting almost. But anyone can have them despite who they vote for or whether or not they actually vote. And what we do is we use that incentive to get them to encourage their friends and family to come out to vote. So we ask them while they're here with us to text three of their friends or family who may need to be reminded of the early voting locations, of the drop off locations, of the fact that there's only 3 days left to vote,
Yeah.
because they are the best medium for getting out the vote. Historically, we have done traditional methods of, GOTV, getting out the vote, knocking doors, phone calls, text messages. But right now, people in Georgia they're sick and tired of being bombarded. They have been bombarded for the last 2 years just for the general. And now we've got all eyes on Georgia, all the attention is out here. So we wanted to come up with something that was fun, that folks would actually want to come out and do, that didn't feel invasive. It didn't feel like we were coming to them. It felt more like they were coming to us. We were meeting folks in their communities. Um, a sub project of what we do is we take shuttles out to communities. So right now we have a shuttle in the projects that is picking up folks. We're knocking on doors, asking them if they'd like a free ride to come out and vote, telling them we got free hot chocolate, coffee, and donuts to give away when they get here. Um, and, just trying to meet people where they are and make it fun, make it exciting, make it like a party and not so much like a burden or a
Yeah.
stress or a strain on their time.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And it's so creative, right? Because it makes it really fun and something you look forward to. So, why is this necessary? Why are the Georgia runoffs so important right now?
Oh my goodness. Well, for a lot of folks, the Georgia runoffs are important within Georgia because it is going to decide the representation that Georgia has in full in Washington, D.C. in the Senate. So both Senate seats are up for election as well as a public commissioner seat. And these two Senate seats will be how Georgia is represented to the rest of the nation. But it's also affecting the rest of the nation because those senators will decide laws that affect the entire country. And right now, there is a Republican majority, but it's a very, very small one. And so, most folks know that if just one of those Republicans wins, Republicans will maintain control of the Senate. And those laws, everyone kind of knows where folks stand on either side. So it may be a good thing to you, but it may be a bad thing to others. But if both of those Democrats win, then there will be a tie in the Senate, and Kamala Harris will be the vice president, and therefore will break that tie and give the Senate a Democratic leaning. And so for a lot of folks, that means the difference between getting another stimulus check. It means getting their health care. It means, protecting our borders. So it can mean different things for different people, but it's the reason that all eyes are on Georgia. And for a lot of these Georgia voters, it was the first time that their state was actually getting national attention before this runoff. And so a lot of folks really do, you can tell they feel this civil duty to come out here and vote in this election and to make it worth. I talked to voters who, got their first letter from Hawaii. They've never received a handwritten letter from a volunteer before, and they held on to that letter because it showed them that their vote mattered.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And so you've told us the many ways in which you're supporting underserved communities during this January runoff, and this is amazing. So I would love to know how many Georgians have you reached so far, and how many more do you all expect to reach?
Wow. So it is really hard to say how many we've reached so far. We get at least 500 to 1,000 people a day who approach either our truck or our pop-up in Savannah or our truck or our pop-up in Atlanta. But we expect to impact at least 43 to 48,000 voters by the time that we are done here. And so the way that this trickle down works is that we have one voter who comes out. We ask them to text 3 or more friends, to remind them to vote. And that incentivizes their friends to talk to the people in their networks who are close to them and bring them out to vote as well. So it begins to trickle down. So it's very hard to say how many we will actually impact because we don't follow the trickle down, but we expect it to be, somewhere near 45,000 voters by the end of the day.
Yeah, and that could decide the election, So that's huge. Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
And we really
This
appreciate it.
Will come down to thousands of votes at most.
Yeah, yeah. So we really appreciate y'all's work, and I think I also would love to know, what do you think your expectations are for election day? What do you think January 5th is going to look like for your team of organizers?
Yeah, so already over 2 million Georgians have voted, which is amazing. They are on track right now to break the record of the highest voter turnout in any runoff in Georgia.
Nice.
It's amazing. There is a line to vote right now, and there has been consistently since we got out here, which is so encouraging to see. The more people that vote, the stronger our democracy is. And so we plan to do the same push on election day. We'll be having our tent here right now, our pop-up at the Civic Center will stay here. We will have another one in Savannah at the main election office. And then we're actually taking our Savannah truck up to Macon, and we're going to do a pit stop in Macon. We'll have a truck in Atlanta and 2 more pop-ups in DeKalb. And so we're going to have a big push at the end. All of our volunteers are gearing up to work full days that day to really push it through the end. I'm really excited, though, to say that I think we will see shorter lines on election day because so many folks have already showed up to vote.
Yeah, that is so amazing, and that's thanks to the work of organizers. So I want you to tell our audience and everybody who's gonna watch this video, whether they're watching it right now or please send it to your friends and family, how they can help. Where should they go to volunteer with y'all?
Amazing. So if you are someone who is already in Georgia, please reach out. You can message us on Instagram. We'll message you back. If you are not in Georgia and you have resources that you can send, we do have an Active Charities page that we are taking donations at. It helps us to actually support local business. So the treats that we have here today, we have a bunch of different pastries. This is my team. We have a bunch of different pastries here and a hot chocolate and coffee. And this comes from a local cafe and bakery that is female owned. It is LGBTQ owned, and it's small business here in Georgia. And so any donations that you give us allows us to purchase this food. It helps keep our volunteers excited and happy too. And it keeps, it makes it so that we can do more and bring in more. So each of our shuttles every day costs about $1,500, and we run those all day, going out into the projects, going out into shelters and community centers that are serving houseless folks. And that it's really, it's very expensive, and we are very blessed and privileged to have like a good amount of donations at this point to be able to fund that program. But we do need about $45,000 more to push through to the end of election day and buy another tent, and fuel our volunteers. And so if you have the means, donate, please, absolutely. If you don't, spread the word about the work that we are doing. Share it on your social media platform. Text 3 friends. And please, just be as positive when you share this message that about, why it's important to vote in Georgia and why it's important to have feet on the ground. Like I said, those traditional means of, phone banking and
Yeah.
text banking are just not as effective when these folks are tired of having gone through that process already. And so it really is, the benefit of having boots on the ground is beyond huge.
Yeah. And so where can people donate?
I can send you the link. I
Yeah.
believe you can go to actbluecharities.com/rides, or you can go to actbluecharities.com/Georgia Rising. But I will pass that over to you. Otherwise, there's also a donate link on our website. Please check out georgiarising.org. That's the best place to find all of our resources and tools, and anything you might need.
Wonderful. So you already know, if you're in Georgia, please send them a DM and you can volunteer with Georgia Rising. And if not, please, please, please donate, because they need these resources to make it through the finish line. And so I can't wait to see what you all do and all the amazing work that's already happening all the way through January 5th. And thank you so much for coming here and talking to us about it and sharing with our audience.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for being so supportive. And, it's going to take all of us, big or small, here, far. It is really incredible to be sharing our story and the work that we're doing with you all. And I appreciate the support so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sophia.
Say bye, everybody.
Bye.